Endgame by Laura E. Sims. For James Madeley, without whose help this would not have been possible. Chapter 1. Showtime. Why was he doing this? It wasn't right, he knew that. But what choice did he have? The 20-something brown-haired man stood in the shadows, gazing across the garden fence. Briefly, he considered leaving the deed undone. No one would know, would they? Of course they would. He needed to get control of himself. This nervous, jumpy state would give him away soon if he wasn't careful. For the first time in years, his conscience was troubling him. He moved backwards, a little further behind the brick wall, cursing as a stone, picked up from God knew where, got lodged under his shoe. He kicked it out to dislodge it. It rolled to a stop yards away. He checked the tracks in the grass. Nothing showed. He climbed up the wall, grabbing a more sturdy brick as one crumbled. He cursed as bits of terracotta dust landed on the ground. There was no way. No one would see that. He got purchase on the gray drainpipe. He nearly laughed. They'd felt secure enough to leave a window slightly open. Crime just didn't exist around here, did it? That would be his entry point. He grabbed the frame and slid his hand in. He found the catch and opened the window fully. A quick look over his shoulder showed him that no one appeared to have observed him. He cursed as he knocked crappy bric-a-brac off the windowsill of the master bedroom. It wouldn't matter. No one was here to hear him. The sophisticated security system began to beep. He had staked the place out for weeks, before he'd been forced to make a move. Creatures of habit his targets were, but then so were most human beings. He went to the DVD cabinet and felt behind one of the shelves. He turned off the security system and waited for the beep as the invisible beams deactivated. He quickly picked up the stuff that had fallen off the windowsill. He put them back at the exact angle. It was a good thing sometimes that he had OCD. The person he was here to see didn't know they had an appointment yet, and she wasn't here to keep it either. He would just have to wait. He would have to find somewhere to hide. The room was plush and comfortable. There were pillows and cushions on the bed. He resisted the urge to straighten them. Get a grip. That would just advertise his presence. He ran through and discarded many hiding places. The wardrobe seemed favorable. Nope. Too much of a hindrance, all those clothes. He needed to move quickly. The element of surprise was with him, not get stuck. He lurked in the shadows for half an hour or so. He watched every tick of his watch. When would she be back? Would he have to threaten Darren too? He didn't relish separating them. He ran through contingency plans. One-on-one was too equal a fight. He could tie him up. He'd do anything to keep her safe. He'd offer money, jewelry, thinking it was a robbery. The intruder really didn't want to do this. Darren might even offer himself in her place, and that would never do. The whole point of the exercise would be lost. He must treat them both with kid gloves if they were together. He couldn't afford for either of them to be hurt. Not at this point, anyway. Mistakes wouldn't be, tolerated. Calm, he told himself. He'd done all the research. The execution of the operation was up to him. He could do as he pleased, essentially. He took the silver-framed photograph off the desk. A happy family, Darren with his arms around Laurel's waist and their twins, a boy and a girl behind them. He knew it hadn't always been so. There had been other children, an accident of some kind. He had zoned out on the details provided in his briefing. The more he stared, the more uncomfortable he felt. He nearly threw the photograph away from him. He laid it face down. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, right, and he was Stephen Hawking. He had to scrub that mental picture out of his mind somehow. Focus. He saw the trophies displayed pride of place in the cabinet, and fingered them pensively. Approach from behind. Don't give the target a chance. Cowardly, maybe, but his survival instinct had taken over in full force. He stiffened as he heard a key scrape in the lock. Someone was back. Time to make sure, and if it was her, he moved deeper into the shadows. It was showtime. Chapter 2. Acquaintance. Laurel Hunter opened the front door, having parked her silver S-Class Mercedes in the drive. Her shopping bags were over one arm. Darren would complain jokingly, as always, that she'd maxed out his credit card and bankrupted him. Well, he wouldn't be complaining tonight when he saw her in her new underwear. She'd bought especially for the occasion. Risque, maybe, but marriage to her was anything but boring.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?